Okay, guys, so we're back to another, I guess, rebuild, whatever. I got my Hyper 21, which I think I made a video about before. And if you guys want a nice lustre shine like that on your engine block, makes it look really nice, go and get yourself, where are they? Either steel wool and soap or SOS pads, and it will make a huge difference after just a few minutes. Anyways, I got my crankshaft behind me in the freezer as always. Got everything laid out. Sorry if I sound funny, I just finished having an allergy attack. The spring is approaching. Alright. Yeah. Well, propane smells terrible. And yeah, 3.3 stuff. The cylinder head was already screwed, so I just kind of, don't do this because the fins will start to break one after the other. But I still got some more work to do yet, and we'll be ready. And thank you, Joseph, for the back plate and starter shaft. And I just got to find a piston sleeve for my 21 RG and a few other things. Anyways, oh yeah, I need an oven mitt because it's going to be friggin' toasty. I was supposed to do this rebuild yesterday. Well, just bearing replacement, but I was supposed to do that yesterday, but got too carried away in other things and forgot my crankshaft in the freezer overnight. It's fine, it's got no rust on it. I smeared it thoroughly with oil beforehand. Yeah, so the only thing this thing really needed was bearings because they were kind of crunchy and chewy and didn't feel that great. People ask me, oh, how often do you change your bearings? Oh, once a season usually. Depends on how much that engine gets run. If it only gets run 2 or 3 times, I don't bother. If I run it for a gallon or more and just beat the ever-living piss out of it, then yeah, I change them more often, yep. Can't apply an open flame to your engine. Well, too bad, because I just did, and I'll do it again. Fucking been a lot of tree hugger comments there I noticed lately, which I've had a laugh at. People going on about apparently running your nitro engines on WD-40 is better for the environment, or some fucking thing like that, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And another idiot that was, you guys probably saw, yelling and screaming about, oh, stop it with this nitro shit, you're polluting the environment. Go eat another fucking soy burger, you quack. Go plug in your Tesla. I don't know why people feel the need just to come up and start complaining about shit. It's like, if you don't like it, why the fuck do you watch? Go find another video. You dipshit. You hurt my feelings. Good. I'm glad. And I could absolutely care less. There we go. And I think I've explained this before. When you put them together, pull on the crank and give it a nice sharp tug. Oops, fuck. It's hot. Just to make sure that the rear bearing inside seats, because if you don't, the case could cool down around the bearing and it won't seat all the way, and then your shit won't go together. So anyways, I'm gonna let this cool off. Also, you don't need to leave your crank in the freezer overnight like I did. It's just I forgot about it. If you do, just make sure it's thoroughly coated with oil or something like that, or a corrosion inhibitor, engine oil, 2-stroke oil, whatever. People say, oh, you need to leave it in there overnight. No, you don't. It can only get so fucking cold. It's only a small piece of steel. It only takes about an hour and a half for it to be completely frozen, so I even leave mine there just for like 25 to 30 minutes and it's enough. So you don't even really need to do it that often, but I mean, it does help a bit. So yeah, anyhow, I'm gonna let this cool off and I will be right back. Okay, welcome back. It's only been about 20 minutes, but probably 5 seconds for you guys. Still, well, it's still a little bit hot, but it's not, burn your fingers off hot. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to give this another couple minutes to cool down, because it is actually still pretty toasty in a few spots. Okay, welcome back again. It's been another, about 10 minutes. All right. Yeah, I know. It's quite funny the complaints I get. You're ruining the environment. Yeah. Is that so? Freaking Karen, or what is a male version of a Karen? Just pathetic. Uncle Ned knows better than you. Shout out to Uncle Ned's everywhere. And someone was asking what way to install my bearings. Ball bearing side facing out. In case you wanted to know. I can't remember who asked that question, but now you know. And knowing is half the battle. It's a G.I. Joe reference if you didn't catch that. I just want to say thanks to all you awesome subscribers, everyone that comments and sticks around. I know that, you know, oh man, all this guy ever does is just rebuild nitro engines and talk and bullshit in his kitchen. Well, that's true, I do, but sorry about that. Well, like I said, it's been so rainy and so shitty and so freaking cold and crappy outside. It's just, you know, who the fuck wants to stand outside in a marsh? It's just not a good time. Not a good time at all. And grab our piston. Put some oil up in that wrist pin. Those are all really crucial areas you want to put oil in. And also check with a pin to make sure all your little oil passages are clear. You can even squeeze some oil through them, and if they flow with oil, they're good. So, with this engine here, that cutout window faces forward. So it faces the front of the block this way. You put it the other way, it's gonna be fucked. It won't run at all. And bad things will happen. I know it's pretty funny fucking seeing all these people yelling and screaming about tree hugging and carrying on. I mean, I'm, you know, one for the environment or whatever, I get it, but, you know, and hollering and screaming at me about some RC cars and how much you hate it, well, fucking beat it. It's like if you, you know, I keep my my savageness to a dull roar, because if I didn't, I probably wouldn't be able to upload videos anymore. It's like, uh-oh, time to hurt some feelings here. Nice and smooth. And again, I get the question. Why does it feel tight at the top? That's normal. This engine is barely even run, so someone snipped the crank short end, unfortunately. But, yeah. So we're going to go with our pinch bolt next. And I don't know who the fuck made the video originally, but someone made a video and started yelling and screaming about running their RC cars on WD-40 and how it's better and, you know, how it cleans the engine and all that stuff. Well, WD-40 is an okay cleaner. It's what they would call mediocre at best. It's not an oil designed for engines. It's water dispersant, Formula 40. It's solvent, and last time I checked, you don't use solvent to lubricate engines, so people like to yell and scream about that all the time, and you're not using any WD-40, Traxxas said, so fuck Traxxas. And give two shits what they say. Half their shit's incorrect anyways. They just want you to buy new stuff more often. Idiots. Anyways. Then next we have our turbocharger. But yeah, don't go running your shit on WD-40. If you've seen that video and think it's a good idea, you're wasting your time and you're going to wind up with shit that's not good. So just, yeah, don't do that. Alright, next we got our turbocharger. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't a turbocharger. This is just a one-way bearing with a kind of a funky impeller design on it. I think that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Right, grab our one-way shaft. Might be stuck in the pole starter. I can't remember. Yeah, it is. Fuck it. We're going to leave that in there. And this is just 5W30 synthetic. It doesn't have to be anything special. You don't need to go gooping your one-way bearing with oil either. The reason being is because as soon as you start it, the oil's going to get in there. There's a pin. You got to line the pin up. Oops. It's easier with the shaft in there, but I don't. Let me go in. I think it did. Pretty sure it did. Well, I guess we're going to find out if it doesn't turn over properly. Also, there's a shim in there, so make sure you don't lose that. Okay. Yeah, I got some awful dick-headed questions from a couple certain Richard heads, that's for sure. Shout out to any Richards that are out there. You guys are all awesome. There's probably a couple that aren't, but whatever. Fucking ruining the environment. Get fucked. If you were my neighbor, you would hate your life. Probably the kind of person that calls the cops on people for having fun. Bonafide idiot. Anyways. You don't need to put any oil on here. Well, maybe we'll put just a little dabby on there. And yep, we're good to go. This engine is so tight. Guy got it from a good friend of mine. Gave it to me a couple years ago. I can't remember what it came out of. But he ran it, I think he said he ran it only 2 or 3 times. And then because the crankshaft was, someone shortened it, it wouldn't fit what he was trying to put it in. So he's like, oh, do you want it? I'm like, sure, I'll take it. I'll take any nitro engine. Even a 3.3, considering apparently I'm the biggest Traxxas hater that there is. Which I find pretty funny. Considering I own, what, 2 3.3s, a handful of Pro 15s, an old T-Max. Yeah, I hate Traxxas completely. I do, kind of, but, you know, I really dislike their business practices and the fact they're so full of shit about a lot of things, but, you know, it is what it is. But I'm not the kind of guy that has that kind of money to go out and drop $900 or $1,000 on some kind of brand new RC car at the moment, so just a broke landscaper. Lovely. Oh, almost got stuck at top dead center. This is a 4-port engine, by the way. I think I mentioned that before. I might not have. And our cylinder head is non-directional, so it doesn't matter. Sometimes with these cylinder heads, let's see if I can find one. I think this 21RG is. If you look, you can see that, see through the cylinder head, and in other areas you can't. You want those air holes through the head to be lined up in the direction of flow. So if the engine is traveling this way, right, like it's in your T-Max, the engine's pointed forward, you want that slot to be facing the direction of airflow to help pass air to cool the engine. This one you don't have to do that because it has slots all the way around. You can see them in there. A lot of people don't really realize that. Also, people say I don't put my engines together with head gaskets. You're fucking stupid. There's a head gasket on there. Let's see it if I kind of spin it with my fingers. It's just an aluminum one. Of course I put my engines together with head gaskets. What are you, stupid? Sorry, I apologize for my crassness today. It's just been a fucking day and a half and a lot of stupidity with just idiotic people. People, not a big fan. Not really go complaining about subscribers, idiots, you know, trolls or whatever too much, but sometimes, man, the comments some of these people leave are just fucking breathtaking. I mean, I get it. Some people don't know any better, or, you know, don't understand exactly how these things work, and I'll take the time out of my day to, you know, make sure they understand it and, you know, give them a fighting chance and have some fun in the hobby. But you get these other idiots that come in there and Traxxas fuel is the best and run your engines on WD-40 and, you know, put an OS8 glow plug in absolutely everything and, you know, all that other fucking stupid stuff. I don't want to listen to those kind of people because they often don't know what they're talking about. Alright. There it is. And I think I have the old rear bearing here. I don't know where the front one went. I think I probably threw it at somebody, but yeah, they were just old and kind of crusty and gritty feeling, so thought, you know, for $12, throw a fresh set of bearings in it and call it a day. And yeah, I'm gonna find something to put this thing in. These are a real nice engine. If you can get your hands on these things, man, do they ever go pretty good. They tune easy, they run really well, last a good long time. Yeah, they perform really, really nice. Good engines, actually. I mean, I like OS a lot, and I wish I could afford, you know, all the OS engines in the world, but the problem is they don't offer anything for the RTR market anymore except for the 21 TM. And, you know, which is a nice feature for the Traxxas stuff, but, you know, at the same time, they offer a lot of engines that are kind of $400 that you can't put in anything besides a race buggy, which is a little bit annoying. So we're going to do that. We're going to put some oil. The piston's sitting about midway. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's sitting not sitting at the top dead center. If it is and it's stuck, just heat up around here with a heat gun. Heat the cylinder head up. Take the glow plug out. You don't need to add oil if it's stuck. And then just give it a tug if it won't come loose. Put your clutch on and then just grab it and turn it by hand. Don't put vice grips on your crankshaft. Ever. Don't do that. Uncle Ned would not approve. Anyways. As always, guys, hopefully you found that interesting. Maybe you've never seen the inside of that engine before and wanted to know if you had one. Now you know. And as always, thanks for watching. And keep on burning nitro out there. There will be running videos soon, I promise. Like I said, just please hang on.